Hello and welcome back to Wanderland. Today we are in London and we're going to have afternoon tea at 116 Athenaeum. It should be a lovely afternoon tea here. We're right in the middle of Mayfair, a very busy place. As you can see, all of these red buses right in front of me. So let's get down that rabbit hole and have a lovely afternoon tea together. Hello and welcome down that rabbit hole. We made it to 116 Athenaeum. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Gosh, I hope so. I can't get it in my head how to pronounce it, but you got it. We're down the rabbit hole and we're gonna have afternoon tea. So I have never been here before, and outside I noticed that it's very, very, very busy because we are right in the middle of Mayfair. It's a very, very busy street. As you can see, lots of traffic, lots of big red buses and taxis and people, oh my. And I noticed on this beautiful hotel and residences, there is a living wall right in the middle of the city. Absolutely beautiful. So let's have a great afternoon tea together, and I will start by telling you all that we're going to have for our menu. I've got my menu right here, and let's go over it right now. So I chose a savory afternoon tea. I wanted to let you know you can have different kinds of tea. You can have just a normal traditional, but today I'm going to have a savory one because you guys know how much I enjoy a nice savory rather than a sweet afternoon tea. So here's what's on my menu right now. So I have a selection of sandwiches, which includes a Burford brown mayonnaise, chive and caraway, cucumber cream cheese and mint, Lamberton and Jackson smoked salmon, dill and cream cheese, as well as a coronation chicken. And we go on to homemade savory nibbles, which is smoked chicken, mustard and tarragon eclair, devil's on horseback, ooh, I think that is an oyster. That's what I think. A quail nuja scotch egg, a salmon and pickled cucumber crustade, and an asparagus and cobble lane bresaola truffle. Oh, you know how much I love truffle. Salivating. And then it goes on to scones. We have a Lincolnshire poacher cheddar scone, and it has chorizo jam. And that's it. It doesn't look like there's any sweets at all. I'm sorry for my sweet fans out there, but today it is a savory tea. And I'll let you know, they do have free-flowing Prosecco. And you know, and I was gonna not do it, but I could not help it. And here we are. So happy afternoon tea to you and to me, and let's begin. I noticed on my afternoon tea menu, there's a quote by a Mary Lou Heiss. A simple cup of tea is no simple matter. We have a very large, extensive tea menu on the back of my main menu. And I just went with Lapsang Souchong because I love that smoky flavor of that kind of tea. But it looks like there's many different kinds of teas. There's even, gosh, botanical infusions, black teas, there's green and white teas, as well as house blended wellness infusions. So I think whatever you're looking for, you can probably find it. Please make sure to stay around until the end of the video, and I will tell you everything that you need to know to make your afternoon tea here at 116 Athenaeum perfect, you know, costs, how to get here, what kind of afternoon tea menus that they do have, just general wonderful tips to make your time special here. I received my tower of food. On the top are my savory little nibbles. In the middle, I do have plain and a cheese scone. And then on the bottom are all of my savory sandwiches. And also I have a beautiful, beautiful bit of warm chorizo jam. You see that? Oh yeah, I think you can. Yep. Don't want to spill it. Oh my gosh. The smell of this jam is incredible. And like I said, it's warm, so that's a definite plus. I am ready to start this gorgeous afternoon tea. I think I'm gonna start with my savory nibbles, then move on down to my sandwiches, and then finish up with my scones. I think that is what's gonna happen in the order of this afternoon tea. My first little savory bite is smoked chicken, mustard, and tarragon eclair. There it is. Isn't it lovely? Absolutely fantastic. The roast chicken was gorgeous, seasoned perfectly. The tarragon just gives you that a little bit of licorice in the back of your palate. What a great way to start off this afternoon tea. So my next little item is a Devil's on Horseback, because it is a bacon wrapped prune, and apparently it's because of the colors, the pink and black. I don't know, but I've never had a Devil's on Horseback before. It has a lovely golden foil on it. Very nice. So let's give it a go. Wow, I have never had that kind of little morsel before. It was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The bacon was a very smoked, fatty bacon. The little prune inside of it was very, very sweet. Oh my gosh, it's a perfect appetizer. If I can have 15 of these on the plate right now, I would order them. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. Up next is a quail nuja Scotch egg. Look at this. Crunchy on the outside, spicy sausage on the inside, and that perfectly boiled little quail's egg with just a little bit of a runny yolk. Absolute delight. My next little lovely homemade savory is going to be salmon and pickled cucumber crustade. It looks like a lovely little pickled beauty. I want to know what the heck they're doing, what kind of Halloween witchcraft they're doing back there. We're in the month of October. I want to know what they're doing behind the scenes, because everything is flipping fantastic. This little tart was beautiful. So the tart shell itself was a little crunchy. It was almost like it was kind of fried. It wasn't like a pre-made one, but there's lots of salmon in a creamy kind of consistency. Didn't taste a lot of cucumber, but on top there was proper salmon roe. Wow, the whole little crostini was filled. This is another one I would have 15 of. I mean, it'd be crazy. I would just be lounging on an area right here, eating all of my little lovely savories. They are doing such a great job here. I want to know what kind of witchcraft there is, or at least what kind of magic. My last of my savories is asparagus with cobble lane bresaola and truffle. It's right here. Are you familiar with bresaola is? It is an Italian dried meat, usually beef, but it can also be horse or pork or anything like that. But this is a lovely cow. Fantastic. The asparagus spear was cooked but still crunchy. The bresaola, the beef, was lovely and salty. But inside, wrapped around it, was truffle. Wow. I think the only obvious thing to do is go to halftime, and then we'll come back. We'll try our scones with our chorizo jam. So So enjoy a little walk around this beautiful, beautiful restaurant with me, and I'll see you in a moment. Welcome back. So today's a little different, as you know. I have a cheddar scone, a Lincolnshire poacher cheddar scone. It's one of my favorite cheddar cheeses here in England. It's a very mature cheddar. It has a bite. But what goes with this? There is no clotted cream today. There is chorizo jam. Oh yeah. It was warm when I started, but I'm sure it's gonna be beautiful. Let me show you what my beautiful scone looks like. Looks like this, beautifully browned, gorgeous. Oh, smells amazing. The chorizo jam was amazing on these scones. It was a sweet profile, but a meaty profile, if that makes any sense. Kind of in a tomato base, but very sweet. But you know that it's a savory, savory jam. Scones were perfect, crispy on the outside, tender and juicy on the inside, yeah. We're going to continue on to our non-traditional afternoon tea with our sandwiches. So the first one I'm going to try is probably going to be a beautiful Burford Brown little egg mayonnaise treat. Look at this right here, perfectly fine on brown bread. Wow, a beautiful egg mayonnaise sandwich. It's perfect. There's no qualms with it at all. It's actually very, very seasoned. There's chives in it and caraway of all things. The next on my sandwiches is cucumber, cream cheese, and mint. It's right here. So my cucumber and mint and cream cheese was absolutely fabulous. It was perfectly done on beautifully browned bread. Very, very crisp cucumbers. There was the hint of mint that came through. There's nothing that I can fault with it. It was wonderful. Oh, we are getting down to the wire. We have one of our last sandwiches. Oh my God, this is hugely heavy and beautiful. It is a Lamson and Jackson cream cheese and dill sandwich on brown bread. Wow, this is filled with so much flipping salmon. It's beautiful. Look at this. I'm going to show you this again. Look at that. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful smoked salmon sandwich. The bread was gorgeously soft, a lovely brown bread. The salmon was perfectly smoked. And you know what? There was dill in that cream cheese, but there was a lot of lemon. I was just offered a refill on my hot tea, and I went again with my Lapsang Souchong because I love that beautiful smoked smell and flavor. We're at the end of our afternoon tea, and what I have is a lovely Coronation chicken, and that is all that was said about it on the menu. On each side, all you see is beautiful chunks of beautiful roast chicken. Yep, absolutely perfect. Coronation chicken, beautifully chunky chicken, soft white bread, and it was seasoned delectably, and big chunks of chicken, and there's even coriander in here, cilantro, which you know that I love. Afternoon tea for bottomless is only 90 minutes long, but I'll tell you, for 20 pounds, I think it's very much worth it. I just got cut off, which is kind of sad, but you know what? It's probably for the good, definitely. So 90 minutes, 20 pounds, a great ratio. For my pub of the day, where I started, before I started my filming here, I went to the Rose and Crown pub. It's a very historical pub. It's another 400-year-old pub. And what's special about this one is that before this whole area was built up, the whole Mayfair Knightsbridge area used to be a bunch of fields. This pub at the Rose and Crown was actually #1 London until Wellington built his house in the middle of a traffic circle, and that made it one London address. So yeah, it was the beginning of London. Once you hit this pub, this is where you knew you were beginning to be in London. But today, it's a lovely historic pub. They have a lovely manager there. She really took the time to tell me about her beautiful pub. They have wonky floors, wonky tables, and they have specials, and it's a Green King pub, so you know it's going to be very nice with a historical, traditional menu. So if you have time and you're in the area, and not to mention, it's right next to the original Hard Rock Cafe here in London on Park Lane. So give the Rose and Crown a look, because it's a lovely, lovely place to be. Now it's time for all the important information for 116 Athenaeum Hotel. It is £50 a person, and it's available 12:30 to 5:30 every day, and the closest station is going to be Green Park or Hyde Park Corner. So not a problem to get here. They do offer different kinds of menus. They have a traditional, they have savory, a vegetarian, a vegan, as well as a gluten-free afternoon tea. So if you're going to go for one of the special afternoon teas, please give them at least 48 hours notice so they can make sure to get your request in. And I made my reservation directly with the Athenaeum Hotel, but you can also do them on my favorite booking site called afternoontea.co.uk. So what did I think about 116 Athenaeum afternoon tea? I think it absolutely was a home run. There is nothing that I would do more to make it better, except for maybe 2 hours worth of a wabbit juice. That would be even better, right? I mean, always more. But food, service, atmosphere, how I felt being here, 10 out of 10. Perfect. The food was amazing. And as you know, I did do the savory courses instead of the traditional afternoon tea, but I think it was wonderful. I think it surpassed all expectations. It's one of those hidden gems you just don't know unless you stay here or anything like that. There's not a lot of reviews for it, but I'm glad that you found this one, and I hope it will persuade you to come here for afternoon tea, because it was fabulous. Perfect. Nothing to change. So I will see you next Friday down the rabbit hole for another afternoon tea. Bye-bye.